You can't even imagine how great some of you are. Blood relation to the Supreme Being. If you are the relatives of the divine Supreme Being, the last remaining members, aren't you the ones who rightfully should inherit the universe, the planet Earth? But the Bible text, it says the meek shall inherit the earth. Right? You don't say the proud or the arrogant. The meek shall inherit the planet Earth. Think over this now. Blessed are the pure in heart. He said, because they shall see God. The pure in heart shall see God. Being a member of the divine family of God, when you hear this divine message, which was specially designed by God, he knew what to whisper into your ear to make you come forth out of your mental state of death. When it reaches your ears, it does something to you. It touches a certain chord in your nature if you're one of the members of God's divine family. And when that chord in your nature is touched, now you come forth. Who touched me? What's going on? You wake up almost immediately. No matter what nobody says, they can't get you to go back with them. They try everything. I don't care if it's in one family. If only one of that family is of that divine member of God's family, the rest of the family can turn against them. They'll just depart from it if they have to. Why? Because God has awakened something within you. Is that clear? Think about this. Letting you know who you are. Letting you know this is the truth. We, the true followers of Elijah Muhammad. And I'm not saying everyone sitting here who says they are true follower is a true follower. But I am saying those of you who are true followers, we know this is the truth. We recognize this as being the truth. We know that the God of our fathers has come after us. We know his voice. As it is written, it says, my sheep know my voice, right? And another voice they will not follow. When the sheep, think about this now, they belong to the shepherd. When the sheep hear the voice of that shepherd, they know they belong to. They perk up and start coming. When the shepherd comes and says, a storm is getting ready to arise, he calls all the ones that know his voice. They come running, don't they? It's time to come inside for shelter. Something terrible is getting ready to happen. They come running, don't they? Others run off someplace. They don't come right away. What did the shepherd say? He said, leave them alone. Don't go running out there after them. I got something that will drive me in pretty soon. I got storms coming up. I'm going to send a wolf after them pretty soon. You understand? I'm going to send a devil after them pretty soon. He said, leave them alone. He said, they will come home, wagging their tails behind them. Think about this. I got something designed to soften them up. I got something designed to make them come running. You going after them now, they won't come. Pretty soon they'll be come running to you looking for you. So we're not worried about the rest of them out there, no way. But the point I'm bringing out to you is that in America are some very, very great people. They're not in a great number. The divine members of God's family, they're not in no great number. Is that clear? That's why it is written, it said, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man comes. Noah only was able to save 8, right? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, I have one more trial to go through. He said, I doubt if I'll have one follower. Master Farad Muhammad, after being in Detroit for 3.5 years, he told the ones, he raised up 25,000. Know what he told them before he left? He said, when I return, and I will return, he said, you have seen me in my dyed garments, but you have yet to see me in my royal robes. In my dyed garments, I'm teaching you. But when I put on my royal robes, when you see me coming in my royal robes, I won't be coming to teach. I'll be coming to judge. I'll be coming to put some in heaven and cast others into hell, into a lake of fire. I'll be coming to classify some as devils. Think about this now. And he said, black devils are 7 times worse than white devils. Put you out there with the opposers of God. Think about this now. What do you see me, he said, in my royal robes? You have yet to see me dressed in my royal robes. He said, when I come back, I'll be able to take the true followers away in a taxi cab. Just think what he said. The ones that out of 25,000 he raised up, the only ones that will be left, I will be able to take cab. Elijah Muhammad also said, besides saying, I got one more trial to go through, and I doubt if I have one true follower left, he said, the die is set. Think about this. Before he left in 1975, the die is already set. He that is a believer will be a believer still. He that is a hypocrite or a disbeliever will be a hypocrite and a disbeliever still, and there's no way now for him to get back if you get sealed up in that. When the die is set, that means you got sealed up in that. That means Wallace B. Muhammad was a hypocrite to Elijah Muhammad in Allah. That means he got sealed up in that. It means those who followed him and went with him at the time. In fact, it kind of grieved me to hear Minister Farrakhan tell me that while the messenger was here and he was his national representative, and he's going all around through the various states making speeches, he told me right to my face and before other witnesses, he said, I did not believe that he was the messenger of Allah. I did not believe that Master Farad Muhammad was God. I said, sir, you mean to tell me while the messenger was here and you were representing him, you didn't believe that? I'm afraid so, sir. Who did you believe he was? I believe he was a man inspired by God, but I did not believe he's no divine messenger of God. Well, then he got sealed up in that. I don't care what happens after that. Whatever you were then, you got sealed up in that. Is that clear? All those phony people that was phonies, they got sealed up in it. That's why they ended up doing what was. They were phonies in the first place. They weren't sincere believers. So they followed Wallace. What does that mean about those who hadn't heard as yet? Those of you that hadn't heard as yet, you didn't get sealed up in belief or disbelief because you hadn't even heard the truth as yet. But out of Allah's mercy, he allowed some of you to hear the truth after he left. Is that clear? And you recognize it as the truth, well then he will bless you. You can be saved. You did not get sealed up in disbelief or hypocrisy. Is that clear? So I want to let you know, those of you that just come in and never saw Elijah Muhammad, in other words, it does not mean that you will not be or cannot be saved. Elijah Muhammad says, some of my best followers are still out in the street. I know what he meant now. My best ones, they haven't even heard it yet, but they will hear. And when they just hear of me, the word itself will be sufficient for them. Do you understand? Because they didn't have a chance to hear me, but the word will save them. Is that clear? So we find the mother, America, big with this child, a baby nation which God himself is the father of. Now the baby has fully developed within the mother and is turned in position to be born or to come forth. And the mother is in great pain to deliver the baby. Do you understand? But the mother is suffering, holding on to the baby, preventing it to come forth because she knows there's a great red dragon, the enemy, is waiting to kill the baby as soon as it comes forth. So the mother is holding on to the baby. You know how sometimes when a mother's pregnant with a baby, in other words, she crosses her legs, or the nurse will come in and she don't want the baby to come forth right now because the doctor's not there. So what she would do, she will cross the mother's legs and make the mother hold on to the baby. You understand? Till the doctor gets there. That's dangerous, isn't it? Because the baby can die or the mother can also die. Is that clear? Sometimes you have an instance where it's time for the baby to come forth, but the mother can't give up the baby. Then the baby has to be taken by a special cesarean birth, right? Then the doctor has to come with a knife. He has to operate on the mother, right? He has to take the baby. That's dangerous also. Because when you take the baby, sometimes the baby dies in the process. Sometimes the mother dies in the process. Sometimes both will die in the process. Do you understand? So the best way is for the baby to come forth in a natural manner, right? Only this time we're talking about a baby nation. The mother holding on to, because the dragon is waiting there. The enemy is waiting. As soon as the enemy sees this baby, there he is, he's going to kill him. Remember the parable in the Bible there, you know, of Jesus and Mary? You know, Mary had given birth to the baby, and Herod had sent out a decree. Find the baby and kill the baby, right? That's why the baby had to be born in a lonely place. The baby is also in great agony because he's in a position to come forth. He's ready to come forth. He knows he must come forth because he knows he will soon die if he can't come forth at this time. Are you listening? He's struggling from within, increasing the pain of the mother. So in desperation, the mother flees into the wilderness to a secret place, a lowly place, with no fanfare, with as little attention as possible, and gives birth to a man-child who's to become a very great ruler. She has to give birth to this here child that's going to be the ruler in a lowly place without no fanfare going on. Born in secret